Hello everybody, my name is Matt and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am all about guitars and today we're going to be looking at a very special one, and that is this beautiful, one-of-a-kind Fujigen Expert FL. Now, as some of you may notice, I am saying Fujigen now and not Fujigen. I was informed that that is not how it is pronounced. Fujigen is wrong, Fujigen is right. So apologies on the last video for saying that wrong. So for those of you that aren't quite up to speed on this guitar, I purchased this in Japan while I was there on vacation about 3 weeks ago. I think I visited probably 20 to 30 different guitar shops. We started in Okinawa, then we went to Tokyo, then we went to Kyoto, then Hiroshima, and then Osaka. And if you haven't watched that video, please feel free to check it out. I'll try to link it up here. That video is called Hunting Guitars in Japan, and it is footage of me going into various guitar shops all throughout Japan and checking them out, playing them, and giving my feedback on my thoughts as we check the guitars out. Basically me just being a stupid American tourist while in Japan, hopefully not in their eyes. While in Tokyo, I checked out many of the guitar shops on Ochanomizu Street, and I found an ESP E2 that I really liked, and I purchased that pretty immediately. And throughout the rest of my time in Japan, we continued to check out guitar shops, not expecting to buy anything else. On the last leg, while we were in Osaka, the last guitar shop we went into, this guitar was the hidden gem in the mix. This guitar is one of a kind. It was the only one out of thousands and thousands of guitars that I saw that stood out to me. So what makes this guitar so special? Well, it's a Fujigen. For those of you that don't know, Ibanez Prestige guitars are made in the Fujigen factory. So the factory itself is very acclaimed for producing high quality, high attention to detail guitars. Fujigen guitars just happens to be the house brand guitar for the factory. Now, Fujigen has a Les Paul style guitar, which is the Expert FL. Now, although this guitar shares the body style and somewhat headstock of its Gibson counterpart, there are quite a few differences. The first is the fretboard radius. Now, it starts at a 10-inch at the first fret, and it flattens down to a 14-inch at the very bottom 22nd fret. In my opinion, this is great for chordal stuff towards the first fret, and as you go up the neck, you can enjoy lead playing and not worry about fretting out if you do any bends or anything like that. This is a very comfy guitar. It does feature a gloss neck. The entire body is gloss, which feels great on your hands. I know some people don't enjoy it because they do perspirate a lot from their hands and they can feel like sliding up and down the neck starts to get a little bit sticky, which is understandable. But this guitar, the style of gloss is cohesive in a way that even if you do sweat, it doesn't feel sticky, if that makes sense. What's very cool about this guitar too is the attention to detail in exotic woods. This guitar obviously is a Les Paul shape, so very similar to Gibson in that sense. The body is made of mahogany and it is a neck through construction, so the piece of wood of the neck goes all the way from the headstock all the way down to the base of the body. The top is made of maple. I'm not sure if it's a veneer or a full maple top. I will be taking out the pickup rings in a little bit to see what the pickups are, and while I'm there, I may be able to tell just how deep that top goes. Of course, because of the neck through construction, the neck is mahogany as well. So the neck wood on this guitar is rosewood. There are 22 nickel frets on this model, and they are equipped with the CFS system. I'm going to read to you what the CFS system is because it confused me a little bit. So according to FGN, all FGN guitars and basses comes with a unique circle fretting system. It was created by FGN based on an idea to offer better pitch and articulation than conventional guitars and basses. All frets are installed on fingerboards in slightly curved shape so that every string crosses the frets at 90 degrees to offer minimum contact of string on a fret, and it makes the scale length of every string even, while it actually varies on conventional fretting. The CFS is a solution of fretting on a traditional guitar and bass, and it offers clear articulation and tones which give dimension when you play a chord and also cut through the mix when you play single notes. I don't know how that plays out as the frets wear down, but cool to know. The frets themselves, as you can imagine, are professionally installed, and they are expertly shaped and smoothed over on the edges. There's no sharp edges or high notes, and to prove that I have a fret rocker. Just gonna make sure the neck is straight here, and it is. You know, it's crazy because most of the guitars that I do this on, even if they are top of the line, there's maybe just a slight bit of rock. And I'm not finding even the slightest bit of rock in these, which is insane, especially on a compound radius guitar. This is not thin enough to go up to the very top, but that's only the last 3 or 4 frets, and I think that should speak for itself. The scale length of this guitar is just like that of a traditional Gibson Les Paul, and that is 24 3/4 of an inch. So that is from the very bottom of the bridge to the nut. The nut itself is bone, no plastic here. Both the bridge, the tailpiece, and the tuners are Goto, which are some of my favorite tuners. They have never let me down, and they keep tune spectacularly well. The neck profile is a U-shape. I know it's hard to tell on camera, especially with a glossy neck. So while we're here, let's get some measurements of the neck. So the nut width is 42.2 millimeters. So on the first fret, 21.4 millimeters. And on the 12th fret, 24.2 millimeters. The thickness of the neck at the 12th fret is 51.9 millimeters. So we have the guitar up on the bench here, and we are going to be reading the resistance of the pickups. All of the potentiometers are turned up. We are in humbucking mode, as there is a switch from humbucking to single coil. We're in humbucking now. We are going to connect the red lead, positive lead, to the tip, and the black lead to the sleeve. So we're getting a reading of, what is that, 17.2K, so pretty hot on the output. And now if we go to the neck pickup, we're sitting at 7.7, is that right? Yeah, 7.72K. And together, yeah, usually it's a lot lower, 5.42. If we split the coils and we go back to the bridge, probably looking at about half if I were to guess. Yeah, just about 8.2. Neck, 3.9. Is that right? Yeah, 3.9. And in the middle, not the lowest. Oh, interesting. Oh no, it is 2. I thought that was a 5. 2.71K. But now we're basically just going to be checking out just overall what the guitar cavity, the electronics cavity looks like, seeing the attention to detail and the quality control within. I will note this is very well recessed. I do not have the nails for this. Maybe I can catch it with one of the screws. Yeah, there we go. All right. And there we are. Wow. Look at those capacitors. But high quality wires, shielded. Only enough wires to get the job done too. I feel like that's something that kind of makes high-end guitars stand out a little bit more. With a lot of the low-end guitars, you'll see a lot of excess wire kind of tie-wrapped together sometimes. Yeah, CTS pots, 500K. And this is the switch to switch from single coil to humbucking. Tone Factory capacitors. Tough to get a reading on what those are. See if I can take a picture of it and get back to you guys. So these capacitors are Tone Factory Toichi, Toichi, seemingly rare and premium Japanese-made tone caps. The voltage is rated at 630 VDC, likely a polypropylene film cap, judging by the size and labeling. I'm assuming it's a 0.047 UF, and obviously noting too, it looks like this is shielded paint, so no copper shielding or anything like that, but Looks like they did paint the inside of the cavity to reduce the interference. So as promised, we are going to try to see what pickups we have in here. I'm assuming it's the FGN factory pickups, because if it was Seymour Duncan or anything like that, usually they have their logo on the front. And oh, that's cool. There's engravings on it. I'll show you guys in a second. So yeah, no idea. I have no idea what that pickup is. There's no writing on it or anything, but check this out. Check this out. Hang on. Bard, CH something. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. I wonder if I can get anything out of this text. That's so cool. I was not expecting to find something cool like that. Translation of the writing, the numbers. This is the serial number again, matches the neck. CH, it says it's most likely short for cherry head or the initials of the builder/inspector. So CH. The katakana writing stands for frozen orange burst. So the name of the finish. Looks like, yeah, back 7 degrees, which indicates the neck angle or body carve. Likely the neck set angle is 7 degrees for this guitar. So what this means is this is an internal shop/production notation from FGN Custom House. Confirms it is a frozen orange burst EFL. Very likely a one-off, which it is. 7-degree back angle is part of why the guitar has killer playability. I love and I hate ChatGPT. Seeing this kind of handwritten detail is a great sign. It means the body was individually marked and checked during the process, not mass-produced. Take that for what you will. Thanks, ChatGPT. I learned something new. Cool. So something actually pretty cool about this guitar. Check this out. A lot of people with Les Pauls worry about neck dive. I mean, depending on where you sit, right? That's pretty good. Right? That's not bad. So I'm sure some of you are curious to see how it sounds, not in a mix, not processed, kind of just the direct signal in, and that's what I'm doing. I have a DI signal into my Scarlett interface and nothing else. We are in humbucking mode. We are on the bridge. Here we go. Nice. Neck, humbucking. Cool. Let's go back to the neck. Now we're in single coil. Neck, single coil, split coil, I guess. And of course, just for fun, I certainly like to just jam a little bit. So this is me just flipping through some of the tones and yeah, having some distortion on it. Stereotypically, I always play Count of Tuscany for whatever reason, so. guys, there you have it. This is my new Fujigen. Blows me away every time I play it. And I think visually speaking as well, it's kind of just in a lane of its own. Whether it's the hardware on it, the finish, the playability, the feel, it's top notch. I think we found like a cool little Easter egg along the way too in the pickup cavity, so that was fun. Yeah, let me know what you think. Yay or nay? Would you get one? Has this changed your mind on Fujigen guitars? Would you have this in your mind the next time you're about to purchase a guitar rather than a Gibson or something like that? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys think. But regardless, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you checking out this one of a kind. Until next time, I'm sure I'll have something new up soon. Take care.